when it comes to your mental, physical, and financial well-being, there will always be someone better than you. This is why I'm going to show you 6 lifestyle hacks you can implement today to speed up your improvement. Habits like going to the gym, reading, and journaling are all necessary for improving your life, but they take time. And when everyone is doing the same, doesn't that just make you normal? What you need is a small set of lifestyle changes most people ignore, but build on what you already have. Starting with number 1, automate your pull-up strategy. Pull-ups are one of the best exercises you can do for your body, and yet only 68.3% of people can only do one. But by automating your pull-up strategy, you can increase the number of pull-ups you do to the top 10% without ever stepping in the gym. However, most of you do 2 types of pull-ups, not realizing that one is better than the other for developing a masculine, well-balanced physique. First, you have the supinated pull-up, which consists with your hands facing towards you. The problem with this pull-up, however, is that it puts a lot more emphasis on your biceps rather than your back. Second, you have the pronated pull-up, which consists with your hands facing away from you. This variation is a lot better because it puts more emphasis on your lats. This will make you look wider. It also targets your rear shoulders and your upper back. This will pull your back shoulders to improve your posture and make you look taller. But unlike push-ups, you can't just rep out pull-ups whenever you want. Or can you? You see, by buying a pull-up bar and putting it on your doorway, you can automate the habit of doing 1, 2, or 3 pull-ups every time you enter and leave that room. Now, assume you do that a few times every day. By the end of the week, you will have 50 pull-ups. And by the end of the year, 2,400 pull-ups. Now, to find the amount of pull-ups you should do, considering your gender, age, and weight, go to Strength Standard and plug all your information and look at the chart. Then, you will start working towards beating that number to defeat 99% of people with your fitness. 2, triple the amount of information you consume with time compounding. A man who reads will always outperform one who doesn't, and women will always respond to a man who is intelligent and knows what he's doing. However, finding the time to sit down and read can be challenging. So I'm going to show you how to fix this with a simple trick called time compounding. First, you will want to replace reading books with listening to audiobooks. Then, you will want to compound your time by listening to books while doing activities that don't require your immediate attention. This can be getting ready in the morning, commuting to and from work, cleaning your room, cooking your food, doing basic exercises, or preparing to go to bed. Finally, I want you to increase the speed of narration to 2 times the normal speed. This will feel unnatural at first, but you will quickly adapt. You see, the average audiobook is around 10 hours long. If you listen to this at 2 times the normal speed, you only need to invest 2 hours a day to consume 3 books a week. This is 3 times more than the average Fortune 500 CEO and will put you 150 times ahead your average Gen Z individual who reads 1 book a year. And also, for those who think listening to a book might hurt retention, some studies have found that listening to books is better for improving retention due to your naturally improved ability to listen. 3, minimize stress by planning ahead. Most people operate in a reactive state, but the best of us live in a proactive state and are ready for anything. For example, while most people don't even know what they're going to have for dinner today, there are many of us who are planning out our goals for the week, month, year, and what we want to happen even when we're gone. We do this through a systematic form of goal setting known as the SMART technique, which stands for specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time-bound. Just sit down, think of a time span, and start planning. Because you see, The key to success in life is to prepare for every possible outcome. Let's say you're going on a date. You can go in unprepared with nothing to say, or you can go in with answers, ready for when she asks the big questions, like, what do you want to do with your life? Instead, you will be ready to not only lay out the next week, but also the next year, and even give details of what you want your legacy to be when you're gone. And the reason I keep emphasizing of planning ahead after you're gone is because as a man, the most important thing to focus on is your legacy and what you leave behind for loved ones.
This is exactly why I'm creating the Great Filter series. Most of the population gets filtered out from making it to the top because they don't have the exact steps on how to get there. They lack information. And while this tip was great, it's still a lot of information that you have to learn and then understand how to implement. In the Great Filter series, it is 7 episodes with an exact step-by-step process on how to start making real money and become a top man. I've been doing this for over a decade, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. Before you click the link below to secure your spot, I must warn you, don't even bother signing up if you're not willing to commit 12-hour days for the next 5 years of your future. This is the point where most people get filtered out. Over the past years, I've put in more 18 and 20-hour days than ever before, and I've been doing this for a decade. This is exactly why most of you won't make it through the Great Filter series. The failure rate is 99.9%. For the select few that are crazy enough to believe that they can make it, you can reserve your spot by clicking the link down below.
4. Eliminate doom scrolling with the stop technique. When you open social media, it's only a matter of time before you end up doom scrolling for hours on end. In fact, one study found that the average American spends 3.5 hours every single night on their phone. With my stop technique, you can cut it out immediately. To do this, you will first start by putting time restrictions on social media use on your phone. That way, when you are 30 minutes into your doom scroll, your phone will automatically remind you to stop what you're doing. Next, you will want to take 5 deep breaths to relax your body's central nervous system. This will put you in the moment so you are in control of your actions. Now, I want you to observe how you feel now that you have more oxygen in your body. And finally, I want you to proceed by putting down your phone and going to grab a glass of water. Over time, this technique will reprogram your brain to stop doom scrolling in its tracks, which will save you time, improve your sleep, and of course, put you ahead of everyone else. 5. Leverage artificial intelligence to maximize productivity. AI is changing the world, and while some are turning a blind eye to it, others are about to make history by using it in the pursuit of their success. According to research, 84% of C-level executives believe they need to adapt and leverage AI for their future growth and success. But artificial intelligence isn't just limited to business. Not at all. I use it every day in my personal life as well. So, here are 5 ways I use artificial intelligence daily that you should as well. First, I use Evolve AI whenever I need to create a workout routine or a meal plan based on my fitness goals to help conserve my mental energy. Second, whenever I want to learn about a new topic, I use Perplexity to find high quality and reputable articles on the topic that I need, saving me time and ensuring that I'm learning exactly what I need to know. Third, I plug all of my journal entries into ChatGPT. I then ask it to process my information and give me tips to improve my way of thinking. This automates my process to find flaws in the way that I think. Fourth, I use Siri on my phone to jot down notes, no matter the topic, so I can quickly capture anything that comes to mind. And finally, I signed up for a variety of daily artificial intelligence email lists, such as The Rundown, so I can automate the process of keeping up with the industry and finding new ways to implement it into my life. And finally, let's move on to the most important hack on this list. But keep in mind, I showed you how to automate your pull-ups to become the top 1%, how to consume 3 times the amount of information, how to minimize stress by planning ahead, how to stop doom scroll, and how to use artificial intelligence to your advantage. This last tip will change everything. Triple your confidence overnight with a rubber band. I want you to listen to my words very carefully. The most important thing you need for attracting women and improving your life is confidence. But do you want to know what's going to kill your confidence faster than anything else? Negative self-talk. According to Psychology Today, 80% of the average person's thoughts are negative. But all of that can be changed with a rubber band. First, I want you to grab a standard rubber band and wrap it around your wrist. It should be loose enough that it doesn't cut your circulation, but tight enough that it sits snug on the wrist. Next, the next time you have a negative self-thought about yourself, I want you to pull the rubber band away from your wrist, let go, and let it snap back against your wrist. Habits are formed with a cue, a craving, a response, a reward. But here, we are replacing the reward with punishment. Over time, you will rewrite your brain to associate that habit with the negative experience of pain every single time you snap that rubber band. So, the next time you are doubting yourself, use this technique to break that habit. Because as Henry Ford once said, those who say they can and those who say they can't are usually both right. And that's it. By implementing these 6 daily changes and systems into your life, it's only a matter of time before you start improving. Remember, you just have to become 1% better every single day. If you guys want more videos to continue to improve, I'll leave you 2 right here. See you next time.